Hey, it's Jay with 1791 Actual. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you joining in, and we're going to be here for just a little bit. We're going to be cleaning and a little bit of talk about one of probably the most controversial handguns, one of the top two anyway, right now, for the last couple of years. What we've got, and we're going to clean it. We've had it out at the range the other day. Haven't cleaned it since. Don't flinch. Don't flinch. It's not loaded. Empty mag. Back in the box. Empty gun. Did you notice what it is? I bet you did. So, we're not going to get out the big cleaning tray. It's going to be a quick once over just out of the kit that I keep on top of my box. I make these trays for the 30 caliber and 50 caliber Harbor Freight ammo case. Keep the small stuff from falling to the bottom. But we're going to put down a shop towel so there's a little bit better contrast. And of course, red. You know what it is? Nope, it's not a P320. It's the offspring of the P320. It's P320. This one is not, will not, has never, cannot shoot anybody or anything on itself. It doesn't happen. Everybody talks about, well, you pull the trigger to the wall and work the slide and twist it, turn it, and bang on it and beat it. It's going to go off all by itself. It's going to go off land on the tape. No, it's not. Don't buy into that trash. There's a couple of hundred recorded incidents where a 320 went off supposedly on itself. It doesn't happen. It's impossible. The way that it's designed, it cannot happen. So, quit buying into internet trash. This pistol is perfectly safe. What they say is, well, if you pull the trigger, let's get it back in a condition where it could fire, okay, and I'm holding that trigger to the back. It's not going off, guys, and guess what? Now it reset. It's a very light trigger. Very little movement. Yep. Now there it went off. All this garbage you hear is just that. It's hype, it's garbage, it's anti-SIG rhetoric. It's all it is. And if anybody was paying attention, all of the furor over SIG being so horrible, and the 320 specifically being so terrible, and oh, it kills people all by itself. If you notice when that happened, not too long after SIG had submitted and won a military contract for the modifiable or customizable grip format and overall platform to go from a subcompact to a full size with just swapping out the slide and or the grip module. And who lost big? Well, some people would say Beretta because, you know, the M17 and M18 replaced the Beretta, the 92 FS. But who really lost was Glock. Glock lost. Glock didn't even submit that type of platform to the trials. How could they not lose? But they cried and whined. And when at the height of when the 320 was getting so much bad press, what else was happening? People were starting to know more about the Glock switch, which is now considered illegal. And Glock, seeing lawsuits and federal action on the horizon, Glock took down production of all of their firearms that could have that Glock switch put into it. Now, I'm not saying that there was any kind of conspiracy or that there's any kind of corporate espionage or any corporate misbehavior on anybody's part, but I'm not saying that it wasn't. So, enough about the P320 and what it can and can't do. Let's clean it. So, one of the things I love about the SIG is they are basically all the same in how they take down. So is Glock. All Glocks come apart the same way. Pretty much all SIGs come apart the same way. So, we make sure that it's cleared. Nothing up the sleeve, nothing in the hole, nothing in that hole. You saw me put away the mag, the empty mag, by the way, if you noticed. Rotate the lever down. Let's switch camera angles. Rotate that lever down. Release the slide. Remove it. Pull the capture. I love this type of recoil spring. This double layer captured recoil spring. Pop the barrel out. That's all you do. I mean, yes, once in a while, you probably want to go a little bit more in depth and go ahead and remove your SCM, your fire control module, and give it a good cleaning in there. But for our purposes tonight, we're not going to do that. And let's get a light spot around here so we get a little bit more brightness. And we can look in there. Yeah, there's a little bit of crud right there. So we'll go do clean that. This kit that I carry in the top of all of my boxes. I've got my military style cleaning brush. I have a cleaning rod. I buy these on Amazon. You can put a standard brush tip in there. Actually, I'm going to get one of those. There we go. Got my 9mm bristle brush. You can see that. That'll actually screw into the end there. This is a brand new rod, so it's a little snug. Get screwed in. So you can screw that in. And it's got the slot up here for you to patch it. And that's really all you need. Yes, that is steel. But guess what? It's also anodized. something hurt my barrel. And I also keep a little bottle of CLP. Instead of using the spritz, I buy the big bottle of CLP and pour it off into these little containers. Basically, it's the kind of container that used to come in military cleaning kits. So we got our brush, we got our bristle brush, we got our rod, and those are my patches. You've seen me talk about patches before. In my estimation, and everything I say is my opinion, so, it is what it is. Probably the best, cheapest patches that there are. Old, 100% cotton, worn out, white t-shirts. Cut them up, cut them in cubes, strips, however you want to cut them up. They're not consistently sized or anything, they don't need to be. Super disposable. If you wear white t-shirts, you're going to wear them out. And just a few white t-shirts can get you years and years and years of patches for cleaning. So we'll be using a couple of those here in a minute. So let's start. Take a look down that barrel. Something I always carry in my pocket. You can see how that's been carried 3 or 4 years now. That is actually a Streamlight micro screen. Carry that in my pocket. It's getting pretty banged up, I guess, but they work super well. And that light will reach out a couple of 100 feet outdoors. But I can also look down the barrel and see, yeah, there's a little bit of crud down in there. Give this a good once over. Not much anything filthy there. And we look down in here, yeah, there's some carbon buildup right there. A little bit there, a little bit back in here. So we're going to get started. We'll drip a little bit of CLP down inside there. Kind of run down through the barrel. Now all the pan has to put it in. Like some on there. A little bit right up in here. You can get another drop too. We'll kind of let that sit there a minute. So let's start with the barrel. Get down inside. Bristle brush. Feed lamps clean. That's the clean. Now let's see, we're going to move this around a little bit here. Actually, it's maybe a shock towel. Wipe things off a little bit. So let's get down in here with our brush. Brushing your teeth. Alright. Slide. Move right down the outside of the zone. Good to go. And as is our recoil spring. And finally, barrel here. Nice and clean. Take the brush off. I'm not going to go to a clean patch just yet. This was not terribly dirty. And first pass or two, we need to just need to kind of wipe it out. Going for that finish clean approach. There we go. Check. going. Get a little light on the outside here. This CLP that I'm using is regular brake-free brand CLP. The nice thing about it is it actually, I can feel a little bit of a lubricated coating on it. Well, it after all is cleaner, lubricator, and protectant CLP. That's why they call it CLP. Because of the functions that it's intended to perform. Go ahead and kind of wipe this down a little bit. Shop towel. Don't really need the patch because we're not really checking to see how clean it is. Let's see if anything comes up on the patch. Look at it. Wipe it down from the CLP that's all over. And so now we're going to go ahead and swap out that patch for a clean one. Just slip through there. We're going to go ahead and run it down through. Oh, look at that. Let's see, just a little bit of grain. We can move that light back out of there now. We will call it ready to rock and roll. So, something you don't really need to do, but when you use the CLP, that you always want to do when you're cleaning with solvent and lubricating oil and such. Spot is crud up the top of the slide. I missed it. Single drop. When you clean with mineral spirits and mineral oil, like I usually do, you need to add that step of the lubrication, considering that we're basically just doing what would be considered a field clean. Just going to get a small drop of that CLP on that angle. I'm going to run it on one set of rails. Put that together. Run it a few times. And that lubrication is going to find its way into, as it did, going to find its way over on the channel. So here, that it needs to find its way on. So now, pop that back in. Get our recoil spring turned. Always make sure when you clean one of these, make sure that your recoil spring is turned. Notice there are flat sides and rounded sides. Make sure that the flat sides are to the sides of the slide. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to reassemble it. And so then we can slide everything back together. Lock that slide back. Flip the lever. Close it up. The test, and we'll do the oh my god, can it go off? Maybe it can't. bottle. Little bag. Swipe down, smush it back down so it stays out of the way. Do one more final outside wipe. And she's ready to go again. Just like that. So we've been here for not quite half an hour, and we've talked about the hype and the misinformation and disinformation that's out there. I know that there's actually, I've heard that there are actually ranges that have banned bringing in a 320. Too bad for them. If anybody would have a brain in your head that doesn't buy into that hype and all the lies, that likes the 320, like I do, you're going to go to those ranges. The range I go to doesn't ban them. Then again, the range I go to is an outdoor range. And anyway, I'll get off that soapbox about 320 for a minute now. So something outside of that trigger. We're good. We're good. Had a couple people. Nobody made the comments. Only viewed for a couple of minutes. That's alright. Anyway, there you have it. There you are. There it is. SIG 320. All clean and ready to go. If you have any interest in stuff like that, the gun cleaning center that I produce, or these trays for the Harbor Freight ammo box toolboxes. Whether it's the 30 cal or the 50 cal, I make these. I actually make a couple different lengths. This one's full length. This is an entire top. I also make a shorter one, which is a 3/4 and then I make a half. So, whatever you think you need for space, I like these little ones. Actually use these as just an ammo box, but also as a pistol storage box. Pistol storage range, you get all in one. Takes care of it right there. Just to say, I can put a lock on it. Got tons of these things. They're just really handy. But anyway, as always, thanks for stopping by. God bless. See you on the other side.